I've talked with many of the Democratic candidates for president, as you might guess. I've answered their questions about everything from digital outreach to investments in the early states. And I've ended every conversation by saying to each one, let me tell you what I think the biggest obstacle might very well turn out to be, and that is this. You can run the best campaign, you can have the best plans, you can get the nomination, you can win the popular vote, and you can lose the Electoral College and therefore the election for these 4 reasons. Number 1, voter suppression. We saw what happened in Georgia, where Stacey Abrams should be governor of that state. Registered voters were kept off the rolls. Their registrations just piled up in some back office with no intention to ever enroll them so that they could actually vote. We also saw what happened in 2016. Experts estimate that anywhere from 27,000 to 200,000 Wisconsin citizen voters, predominantly in Milwaukee, were turned away from the polls. That's a lot of potential voters. They showed up, but maybe they didn't have the correct form of identification. Maybe the name on their driver's license included a middle name or an initial that wasn't on their voter registration. But officials made every excuse in the book to prevent certain people from voting in that election. Voter purging is another form of voter suppression. Between 2012, when President Obama ran, and 2016, when I ran, 12 million voters were purged from the rolls. They were purged in Wisconsin, in Michigan, in Ohio, in Florida, in other places, often using a system devised and paid for by Robert Mercer. And when you have a Republican-controlled state government, as we did in those states back in 2016, it's practically impossible. In fact, I'll say it is impossible to fight back, let alone to stop that very deliberate form of suppression.